Good morning, class. How are you? So today, I would like us to discuss the topic natural and historic built environment. Though it's no longer called the topic, it's no longer called a topic, it's called what? A strand. So shall we discuss natural and historic built environment, majorly for grade 8 work. But before we proceed, I know in grade 4, 5, 6, and even 7, we have been looking at the same topic. So in grade 4, you are able to look at those historic built environments, in your county. In grade 5, you are able to look at those historic built environments in your country. In grade 6, you are able to look at those that are found in Eastern Africa. Then in Africa, majorly we consider this class. So that is why our major center of interest and focus will be on grade 8. Maybe before I proceed, can you try to give me examples of the natural and historic built environments that you know? Anyone to give me example of the historic built environments? Yes? So give her the. So you speak aloud. Museum is one of those natural and historic built environments. Another one? Kilapoha? Another one? Another natural and historic built environment to learn in grade 4. Yes? Monuments. So the girl says monuments. Kilafo Muzina. Let us see boys. Boys. Yes, Abdullah. Cultural what? Cultural sceneries. We don't have such examples. Yes, Zahra. So it means that you have forgotten grade 4. Yes, Waida. There are 4 natural and historic built environments that you learn in grade 4. You have mentioned monuments, you have mentioned museums. What else? Okay, we have got cultural center, as well as historic buildings. Can you repeat that? Cultural centers, historic buildings. So can you name all of them? Number 1?
Museum.
Number 1?
Museum.
Museums. Number 2? Monuments. Number 3? Cultural centers. Number 4?
Historic built environment.
Historic buildings. Can you say historic buildings?
Historic buildings.
Yes. So you should also know the examples under the same. As you learned in grade 5. So grade 4, for example, under the Museums. Can you name the museums that are famous in Kenya? Which museum is famous in Kenya? The museum which is famous in Kenya. It's known by everybody in Kenya. So you have Nairobi National Museum. Can you repeat that?
Nairobi National Museum.
Nairobi National Museum. You should know that Nairobi is the only country that has, apart from having that museum, has the national park in the world. It's the only city that has a national park in the world. We also have Kisumu National Museum. When it comes to cultural centers, in Nairobi you have Bomas of Kenya. Then in Mombasa you have what? Bombolulu Cultural Centers. Class?
Yes, teacher.
Class?
Yes, teacher.
Are we together?
Yes.
Now, as I told you that our major interest and focus today will be on what? Historic sites and monuments in Africa. So you should know what historic site means. What's a historic site?
Location, structure, or historical culture.
I don't want answers in chorus. Just put up your hand and give me the answer so that I will listen to you. Yes, Rhoda. Very good. Can you clap for her? So the girl says that it is a structure or a place, location, all those that has historic or cultural importance or significance. Can you say significance?
Significance.
So the word significance is the mostly used word, especially in history. Then we have a monument. We have seen this word monument here. We have said that historical sites are monuments. Can you name? Define the term monument? Define the term monument. Define the term monument. I just want to see majority of you participating, not just some girls or some peoples. Monuments. Someone to give us the meaning of the word monument. This is the information that you have been learning all along until now.
Or events.
Huh? Class? What's a monument?
It's a structure created to remember an important person or events.
A structure that has been created to do what?
To remember an important
person whom we normally call legend. Here in Mandela, the word legend is very common. See? I don't know why. As well as what? As important historical events. So all those are the things that you should capture in the definition of the term monument. That a structure that has been created in order to remember an important person, if not a major historical event. Are we together, young boys and girls?
Yes, teacher.
Are we together?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. So kindly, can you name some of the historical sites and monuments that you know in Africa? Can you name some of the historical sites and monuments in Africa that you know? You put up your hand. If you have the answer, you put up your hand. Huh? Can you name some of the historical sites and monuments in Africa that you know? Abraham? Abraham? Speak up. Gedi ruins. Gedi ruins. The boy says Gedi ruins. Gedi ruins. Gedi ruins. Gedi ruins. Gedi ruins. Yes, that's in Kenya. It's correct. Another one along the coast. Yes. For Jesus, for Jesus, for Jesus is along is also along the coast of Kenya, correct? Mombasa, Kedi ruins in Kilifi County. Next, Omar, speak up. Speak up. Yes, the boy says the Great Zimbabwe. Is he right?
Yes.
The Great Zimbabwe. Can you say the Great Zimbabwe?
The Great Zimbabwe.
The Great Zimbabwe.
The Great Zimbabwe.
So as the name suggests, it is found in Zimbabwe. Another one? Another one. Yes, Deha. Deha. Deha says Kilwa. Is Kilwa one of those historical sites and monuments?
Yes.
Very good. Kilwa is along the coast of Tanzania to the south. To the south. It's an island, of course.
Okay.
Now, another site that you know?
Robben Island.
Yes?
Robben Island.
Robben Island. Can you all say Robben Island?
Robben Island.
So Robben Island, where is it found? Robben Island is found in South Africa. Anything to do with the Robben Island is in South Africa. If they ask you where is it found, of course, matching the those features with what? With the countries in which they are found, you should be in a position to mention that. Robben Island, remember, is one of those historical sites that the greatest son of Africa. Can you say the greatest son of Africa?
The greatest son of Africa
Was imprisoned for a maximum of 27 years.
for a maximum of 27 years.
And that was who?
Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Madiba Mandela. So Robben Island was set aside as a military base. It's an island in Atlantic Ocean to the south of Africa. And then it was also set aside to do what? To be serving as a hospital for the people who are socially unacceptable in the society. For example, the lepers, those suffering from leprosy. By then, leprosy was very contagious, very infectious, and so those people that were suffering from such disease could be treated there. Nelson Mandela, when he was arrested, he was not suffering from leprosy, but he was a political prisoner. Okay?
Yes.
He was against apartheid in South Africa. Apartheid regime was established in 1948, and he was against it. So among other freedom fighters in South Africa, Mandela was arrested around 1964, and when he was arrested, he was taken there to serve the prison sentence for a period spanning to up to 27 years. So it was in 1991 that he was released. So when he was released, he was allowed to do what? To venture again into active politics. So it was in 1994 that he led the country to independence, and therefore serving as the first African president to lead the first African president to lead was a black to lead South Africa as the president. Now, Nelson Mandela is also remembered for having actively retired from active politics after serving for only one term of 5 years. So you should know those leaders that set examples for other leaders to emulate. Nelson Mandela is one of them. Another one is Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere from Tanzania. Then we had another one called what? Dr. Leopold Sedar Senghor from Senegal. So those leaders served as the best examples that the leaders of today should emulate in terms of leadership. So my boys and the girls, Do you have any other archaeological site that you know? Historical site that you know?
Meroe City.
Yes?
Meroe City.
Meroe City. Meroe City. So Meroe City is found in which country?
In an ancient city.
It is found in Sudan. It is found in Sudan? Sudan.
Yeah.
So I believe you will be in a position to match those historical sites and the monuments as they are with the countries in which they are found. In exam, they'll ask you to locate them on the map, and I believe you have that map. So you do that, go and revise thoroughly on the same. Now, in addition to what we learned yesterday, allow me to also introduce this. Can you write something to do with what? Timbuktu. Can you write Timbuktu? Timbuktu. 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 Timbuktu.
Timbuktu.
Can you say Timbuktu?
Timbuktu.
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 So Timbuktu is in Mali, right? That? Can you try to? Timbuktu is in Mali. Let us look at Timbuktu in Mali. Timbuktu in Mali. Say it is found in Mali. In Mali. So Mali, that is in West Africa. It's found in Mali, West Africa. West Africa. Okay. On the upper side. The upper side. Can you see the upper side?
The upper side.
The upper side of river Niger. River Niger. That is to the north. To the north. The north. That's why Timbuktu. That's where Timbuktu is found.
It's found.
I love Timbuktu. Served those days. It served those days as a historical site. You say it was a historical site that served as what? As a learning, luxury, and commercial center. Commercial center. So where? In Sahel region. In Sahel region. So those regions of whom? Sahara. Those dry areas. Remember, Mali is dry. We have looked at climatical zones, and I believe when you talk of Sahel, you know what it means. It means. Now, apart from that class, when you talk of commercial center, I believe everyone knows this. It means trading center. So you say merchants, or who? Traders. Merchants or traders from within Africa, of course, the West, Europe, and what? And in the far Middle East. The far Middle East. Converge. In what? Converge. Can you say converge, class?
Converge.
That means they make that. Converge or make? Yes. To conduct. To conduct what? Business. To conduct
Business.
Now, Timbuktu served as an intellectual and spiritual capital. Say, served as an intellectual and spiritual capital. Capital base. capital or a base. Capital or a base or a headquarters. So it means anything to do with this intellectual, you look at the education taking place. Are we there? And that is why we were able to capture this information here that it was a learning center. So people used to learn. People used to learn, and we are also talking about it serving as what? As a spiritual capital. So it served as a spiritual capital because it was the propagation. It was the center for propagating Islam throughout Africa. So it was a center for propagating, and promoting Islamic religion between what? Between 15th, you can say 15th, or can say 15th century or 1500 AD. So it was serving as a center for propagating or promoting Islamic religion between 15th to 16th century. So between that period, Timbuktu used to serve as what? As a center for spearheading Islamic religion, Islamic culture. My boys and girls, it's also recorded that the earliest university for Islamic religion was established at where? Timbuktu. I believe you being adherents of Islam as a religion, you have learned this in your religious lesson. Class, up to there. Do you have any doubt? Any question? Now, in addition to that, we also look at Giza pyramids. Giza pyramids. That's number? Our number? Number 7, let us look at Giza pyramids. Giza pyramids. Giza pyramids. Giza pyramids are found in Egypt as monuments. So he said they are monumental tombs found in Egypt. That way, class? In Egypt. Now, in Egypt, west of the bank of River Nile. West of the bank of River Nile. So, west of the bank of River Nile. So, the Egyptians believe that is where the sun sets every evening. The Egyptians believe that way. That is where the sun sets every evening. I believe from your knowledge of social studies in grade 4, you are told that the sun rises from east and sets the west. Yes. So the Egyptians believe that these tombs that were found in the west of River Nile were mainly were there, and that is where the sun could always set. Are we there? Yes. Very interesting. Now, those tombs were meant for burying kings, who were taken for pharaohs. Have you ever come across one pharaoh? No. Pharaohs in your religious lessons? No. You have never pharaohs. So you say, anyway, they were senders for burying who? Egyptian kings. 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 Called pharaohs. So the title for those kings were pharaohs. That was the title for those kings who are being buried there. How many class? So that is it, my Indiana boys and girls. So you should know the location and that brief account of who those features as they are. Now, in addition to that, we have what? Importance of historical sites and monuments. Importance of historical sites. Historical sites and monuments. My boys and girls, can you assist me to name importance or benefits of those historical sites and monuments? Huh? What are the importance of those historical sites and monuments? One, the most obvious point is yes. Don't give answers in the chorus. Just put up your hand. You are identified, then you answer. One. Yes.
Help us to understand the history based on historical sites and monuments in Africa.
Very good, girl. Clap for her. Very good, Raider. The girl says that they help us to do it. To understand our history. So they remind communities of important historical events. So they remind communities of important historical events. Historical events. Very good. Yes, another one. Another importance. You mean there is only one point that you can give? Suppose it comes in examination? Yes? Very good boy. Clap for apply. Then they attract tourists. They are tourist attractions. They are tourist attractions. That is very good. They are tourist attractions. So in addition to that, they create employment. Right fast, also time. Very fast. Get employment. So people are employed there. For example, we have museum curator. You like that in grade 4 studio? Museum curator. People who are in charge of what? Of managing the museums. Among other people, we have the security guards. They should be protected. There are sources of cultural heritage. They are sources of cultural heritage. Heritage. So we are able to learn our culture from the past, the present, and even the forthcoming generations as it is. I also serve as educational center. They serve as educational centers. So we can go there to give information on important